vida y amores que nunca pueden olvidarse.
¿A dónde irán las palomas?
Hello, how you doing, guys? I hope everybody's doing great. So today I'm gonna do a different reaction, the reaction of some music that means a lot to me, and it is one very old. When I was in high school, I heard it and I fell in love, and I was captivated by the artistry of this individual. His name was Facundo Cabral. He was born in Argentina, but he was made in Mexico famous because he was just he never cared about being famous, but he had all this music that he wrote, and all his music is very powerful, still is. It's a music that meant a lot. He meant to change the world in a different way. I mean, he saw everything. He didn't care about money. He actually, in his first concerts, they were on TV because people heard him. He came to Mexico, or went to Mexico, and he played in a bar, and where he was discovered right away, and he was just wearing his jean jacket, jeans, sandals, and that's the way he was all the time, most of the time. And he has an interview. He's just amazing. I mean, he's listening to Aurora, and it reminds me that kind of a person of creativity who was always singing positive songs. He considered himself, of course, Argentinian, but he loved the world and traveled the world. In fact, he died in Guatemala, I believe, traveling, singing, because he was loved everywhere in the Spanish-speaking world for his music. And he wrote music that was played by all the great ones, all the classic singers, and that's how he was discovered, because all of a sudden he wrote a song and which was called I'm Not From Here, or Not From There. And some famous artists picked it up and started singing it, and he was like not famous yet, and he heard his song being sung by somebody, and he's like, oh, that's my song. And it's like, shouldn't I be getting some money? And he became famous. I mean, because they took that song because nobody knew who wrote that song. It became just famous. There was no social media or anything, but it became famous by being played in one little bar, and then another one, and they started. It grew like a virus, like a beautiful virus, I would say. So that's Facundo Cabral. And man, when I listened to him for the first time, an uncle of mine, my dad's brother, had his first LP, long played, which was like a record, and I'm sure that some of you guys remember those. And I just could not stop listening to the whole thing, and that's when music started hitting me. I was like real deep, beautiful music. And then the other one is it's a formed group by two great musicians, and it's Bebo Valdez and Cigala. Bebo Valdez is a very old, well, in this video, is very old man, a musician from Cuba, and he was very famous for, he was in a group called, I keep forgetting the name of that group, very famous group, Cuban, play a lot of Cuban music, beautiful, rhythm and blues, Latin style, of course. And man, it was what was the name of that group? I forgot. Well, I'll write it down somewhere here. I have a CD somewhere. So yeah, and then Cigala was a very famous flamenco singer who has a beautiful flamenco voice and so much feeling. It's flamenco music is so much feeling, and I grew up listening to that because my mom and my dad loved that music, and they play it a lot. And in fact, I learned a lot of flamenco because of my parents, and there was a lot of flamenco being played, and it was part of that family culture of from Spain, of course. We have a high percentage of Spanish blood from the flamenco era places, and that was always part of my family. That's why the bullfights, and which I'll never get into it. I talked about that before. But the music, you can't get away from that music. It's beautiful. It's very much a lot of feeling, and it just gives me the chills to think about it, because it means a lot. So this is a very beautiful mix of two cultures, the flamenco and the Cuban music. And it's they did a concert, they did an album, which I will show you here, guys, and it's beautiful music with Bebo Valdez, who is the piano player, and the the name of the group just came and went. And Buena Vista, I believe, something like that. So it's a beautiful. Well, let me know what you think, guys. This is I haven't heard this in so long, but I saw it. It was here, and I was like, I gotta listen to this. So, and I gotta share it with my friends. I hope you guys enjoy it. So we're gonna start with Facundo Cabral, because that was the earlier times, and then we'll do. Let me put my. Get ready. I'm never ready, man. I'm never ready, man. I gotta put this away. All right, guys. We'll edit this out. This is gonna be a short. So this is gonna be a short video. It's gonna be only 2 songs, and depending on how much, if you guys like it, like we can do more. I mean, there's plenty, and there's 2. I mean, flamenco Cigala has a lot of other music that is flamenco 100%. This is like a mix, beautiful mix of Cuban music and flamenco. But Facundo Cabral has a lot of other songs, and I like particular. I mean, this is my own taste. I like the very beginning of his career. At the end, it was great too, but it became more poem, like reading poems, but poems that he wrote, and they became a little more religious, because he became more religious as he aged, which is, he was religious before, but at the end it was just more and more. But I haven't listened to a lot of them, to be honest. But the beginning was pure. It was so unique, and it was, well, this is one of my favorites, and you're going to be the judge of that. And please let me know in your comments. I would love to hear what you think. And I'm going to have a translation in each one of them, just so you know what's going on. There are Facundo Cabral at the beginning was not love songs, although he had a little bit of love. He had a very tragic life. He was married, and he had a little girl. And somewhere, early in his life, the little girl was still a little girl, and they went and took a flight somewhere in South America, and the airplane crashed, and his wife and daughter died, and that's when he became a little more. They used to say that he used to smoke a lot of weed, but that's not true. He was just very deep in his thoughts. He didn't care about how he looked. He didn't care about. He just cared about sharing love, because he took that tragedy and turned it into something beautiful, which was his art. So we're gonna listen to that, guys, and this is one of my favorites. It's called El Amor y las Palomas, Love and the Doves, or the Pigeons, and he puts it in a way that is it's if I remember very well, that love is the pigeons, because there's many similarities in a very beautiful and poetic way. And then every time he did a concert, and before he started a song, he would come up with a poem that he just comes up with right at the moment. And then he started writing them, and then he started repeating them, but it's never the same. He always adds a little bit, and they're slightly different. They are not the same, but it's the same concept that has to do a lot with the song. So here we go. Let's start with Facundo Cabral, El Amor y las Palomas. Hold on, all right. So, all right. 2, 3, 1. Let's go.
Le bastaba abrir los brazos para tener la medida de la ternura y el lazo que une la muerte y la vida. A María heredó de la mañana su condición de paloma y volaba muy bajito para mirarse en su sombra. María festejaba el cumpleaños de la luna día a día, y se tomaba la noche, y se tomaba la vida, y se tomaba los tiempos y los vientos de los montes, y se tomaba de un trago el silencio de los hombres. María, la viva, si hubiese tomado vino en lugar del horizonte, cuanto menos hubiera vivido, cuanto menos hubiera soñado, cuanto menos la hubiese querido, cuanto menos la estaría extrañando a María, la viva, la mía, si es que el amor da alguna propiedad. Era tanta la alegría y la vida de María que tenía un mundo propio porque en este no cabía. Tenía una casa verde adentro de la poesía, poblada de mariposas en lugar de la cocina. María tenía, y yo no sabía. Tenía 500 años de puro desprejuiciada y una existencia sin puertas, pero un montón de ventanas. Un día cerró los libros y abrió contenta la vida. Nadie entendió su alegría. Y ella volvió a ser hormiga, María. Hormiga. Se voló de mi mano de la misma manera que hace un tiempo y 2 besos en mis brazos cayó. Se voló de mi mano, pero yo ya sabía que la paz es viajera, como las golondrinas. Eso sí que lo sabía. Y me pregunto, ¿a dónde irán las palomas cuando se sienten muy viejas? ¿O será que no envejecen? ¿O pasan a ser estrellas? ¿A dónde irán las palomas cuando ya no son hermosas? O al igual que las mujeres, se esconden por vanidosas. ¿A dónde irán las palomas que nunca me dejan pena? Pues que yo las continúo en todas las cosas buenas. ¿A dónde ha ido María? Que mi alma no la llora, pues que son la misma cosa. El amor y las palomas, Pai, pai, ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, I believe this song is about his wife and his daughter. He talks about where have the doves gone, where do they go that you never see them old, that maybe doves and women are the same thing, that they disappear due to vanity. It's a beautiful song. And as you can see, he talks about Maria. I don't know if that's his wife. He had a very tragic life. I mean, after the death of his wife and daughter, he just became this magnificent artist, and he died also a very tragic death in somewhere in Central America. I think it was Guatemala. It was shot by individuals who thought he was somebody else. So that was pretty tragic. I remember I was in Chicago when I found out, and it was sad. So this was Facundo Cabral, amazing writer, musician, beautiful voice. I love that kind of voice. It's so beautiful, and you can see effortless. And he always played the guitar till he became famous. Then he had musicians, but it's a lot of music. He also sang some tangos. I don't know if you people, guys, have heard of the tangos. I'm sure you have, but the music tangos from Argentina, which are beautiful. Also kind of tragic, sad, but kind of bluey. You know, it's there are tangos. I mean, it's hard to explain, but it's about some tragic moments, and put them in some very unique ways, and it's beautiful, beautiful music. My dad used to listen to tangos, and I learned. I mean, Carlos Gardel was the greatest singer for tangos, and I grew up listening to that. It's beautiful. So we can have some of that too at one point. And I will put the translations are here, so you know what's happening. So now we're gonna listen to El Cigala and Bebo Valdez, which is Bebo and Cigala, and this is a beautiful concert they did from the only time they got together. They did an album called Lágrimas Negras, Black Tears, and this beautiful conjunction of two cultures, and the music is just amazing music. And I wanted you to see. This is called Inolvidable. It's unforgettable, and it's about love that you can never forget. And like I said, translation, I'm gonna put the translations all in here. So let me see if he has the Spanish out. Oh, okay. No, it says it's in Spanish. So I wonder if you can do in English. Let me see. Subtitles, Spanish. Oh, it says auto-translate. That might not be good. If it's not good, they're never good. But I'm gonna give it a try. If not, I'll just overwrite it. Alright, let me see. Where is English? Alright. English. Alright, so we'll see how that goes. So here it goes. Inolvidable, Bebo and Cigala, from Black Tears album. You guys ready? Let's go.
En la vida hay amores que nunca pueden olvidarse, imborrables momentos que siempre guarda el corazón, porque aquello que un día nos hizo temblar de alegría, es mentira que hoy pueda olvidarse con un nuevo amor. He besado otros labios buscando nuevas ansiedades, y otros brazos extraños me estrechan llenos de emoción, pero solo consiguen hacerme recordar lo tuyo. Inolvidablemente vivirán en mí. En la vida hay amores que nunca pueden olvidarse, imborrables momentos que siempre guarda el corazón, porque aquello que un día nos hizo temblar de alegría, es mentira que hoy pueda olvidarse con un nuevo amor. He besado otros labios buscando ahí nuevas ansiedades, y otros brazos extraños me estrechan lleno de emoción. Pero solo consigan hacerme recordar lo tuyo. Inolvidablemente vivirán en mí. Inolvidablemente vivirán en mí. Yo te recuerdo, cariño, mucho fuiste para mí. Siempre te llamé mi encanto, siempre te llamé mi vida. Hoy tu nombre y se me olvida. Se me olvidó que te olvidé. Se me olvidó que te dejé. Lejos, lejos de mi vida. Se me olvidó que ya no está y que ni ya recordará. Y me volvió a sangrar la herida. Se me olvidó que te olvidé, como nunca te encontré, entre las sombras escondidas. Y la verdad no sé por qué se me olvidó que te olvidé. A mí que nada se me olvida. Yo te recuerdo, cariño, mucho fuiste para mí. Siempre te llamé mi encanto, siempre te llamé mi vida. Hoy tu nombre se me olvida. Se me olvidó que te olvidé. Se me olvidó que te dejé. Lejos, lejos de mi vida. Se me olvidó que ya no está y que ni ya recordará. Y me volvió a sangrar la herida. Se me olvidó que te olvidé. Y como nunca te encontré, entre las sombras escondidas. Y la verdad no sé por qué se me olvidó que te olvidé. A mí que nada se me olvida.
The master Bebo Valdez from Buena Vista. What's the name of this group? And now I gotta find it. What is this? Buena Vista. Buena Vista Social Club. Buena Vista, yes. So yeah, Bebo Valdez from Buena Vista Social Club. That's the group from Cuba. He died after this. He was 80 something when he's playing the piano here, and he's amazing. He was amazing, and he was a legend in the Cuban music world and all Latin America and the world. So it's just it was. That's when I actually heard from him. Although he was, I heard of the Buena Vista Social Club, but I never put the two together. And when Cigala came and he wanted to do an album with them, it was just Bebo Valdez, and he was 80 years old, and he did the album, and then they did a concert, or maybe a couple of concerts, and then he died. So it was beautiful that he was there, and he still could rock that piano. Beautiful. That's beautiful to watch. Emotional, and I mean, this music is always hits me deep. So I hope you guys liked it, and let me know if you want to hear more. There's a lot of music. I grew up with music, a lot of music. But I never, other than listening to it, I sang it, here and there, because in when I was in my bohemian years, but never really thought about doing anything with it, I just love music, and I cannot live without music, and this is part of my growing up, my formation of loving music. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time, and please let me know what you think about this. Please comment and let me know. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Me olvidó que te olvidé.